What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Nick Scarpino, Tim Gettys, Andy Cortez, and our special guest from the Los Angeles Chargers, Austin Ekeler.
Hey, appreciate that intro.
That's what I do, man. You know, day in, day out around here. Just intro,
That's
intro,
right.
intro.
I love that energy, baby. Yeah.
Austin, if people don't know you, of course, your claim to fame is that you are one of the co-owners of the Wild Aces, the FCF team alongside of us, correct?
Yes, indeed it is.
That's the heights of your career, correct?
Most people will know me for sure.
No, outside of that, of course, you play in the NFL, which is kind of a big deal, I guess.
I mean, it depends on who you ask. Yeah, I think it is as far as like for myself, obviously.
Sure.
Pretty big platform, I would say, in regards to just in the world. You know, it's got a pretty established, following. So, no, I love my job. Been doing it for 4 years now, and it's been a great time.
And probably a silly question, but I guess when did you know that was going to be the job? Like, when did you think I'm good at this football thing? I want this to be my life.
See, I don't know. I was always a little weary of it because I just knew like the chances of me making an actual team were not very good.
Sure.
So I went to college. I went to Western Colorado University, got my degree. Actually had an internship for this oil and gas company. And I was going to go take a job there, but then I had this opportunity to go play in the NFL. And so I kind of told them, hey, like, I'll come back to you guys if it doesn't work out for me. And they were like, yeah, I 100% agree. And haven't been back since.
I like to think there's a boss out there that's like, one day he'll come back. We'll get him. He's still waiting for you to start with it.
If I was that boss, I would still send you like after every season your name tag. Just send your name tag. Like, still waiting for you whenever you want to come back.
just occasionally CC you on some group emails.
Right.
Throw it out there.
Right. No, I had a great time. Yeah, doing that's what I was gonna go do. That's what I went to school for. I loved it. It was a bit in the business. In the business sector. That's where I got my degree in business. So
sure.
I was looking forward to it, but football is a little bit more entertaining.
You were clearly playing in college, right?
Yeah. I played in college. Yeah, I did pretty well, and then ended up getting a chance to play at the NFL, and then took off from there.
So stop right there. You say getting a chance to play in the NFL. How does that happen? Yeah. Like, because I only know it from being at Mizzou, and when we'd lose a great player who's like, I'm going to declare early, or I'm going to stay the 4 years and then I'm going to go. Like that seems like a decision more than I got an opportunity.
Well, you got to earn it. There's a lot of build up. There's a lot of things that go into it. So I pretty much dominated for 4 years straight up in college. I had to because I was at a Division II school. So we had like zero press. Like it would just be like my mom and like 100 other people up in the stand, So she'd be out there yelling, "Come on!" She was always the loudest one from high school growing up. But so it was just basically, hey, I dominated for 4 years. I was a starter, had all the accolades, the all conference, all American, all that stuff. And then so my senior year, scouts started coming to my practices, and it was crazy because like, oh, there's scouts here. Like we haven't seen scouts ever. I didn't even know they existed.
Like, they know where this school is. They found it.
Right. Yeah.
Were they there just for you, or were there other people on the team that you're like?
They were there just for me. Yeah, mainly. I mean, they were looking at other people on the team just because they were watching me, but. I was definitely the reason they were up there.
They were on the field with you.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, oh, that guy's kind of good too. Let's see if he's got any potential. But I was the only one that ended up getting a chance to get signed to a team from that. So,
can you still hear your mom cheering in the NFL game?
No, I can't. Not anymore.
Let's drown down a little bit.
She's drowned out. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she got a loud whistle though.
I don't know. Maybe now with the lower amount of attendances in stadiums.
It was zero, so I definitely didn't.
Oh, this year for the Chargers? Because I know in Dallas they just let of course, whoever just come on in, guys. Come on in, anybody want to come in here, fill the stadium?
Oh, Texas, don't worry about it. They're gonna be fine.
When over there.
When you were in high school, Austin, was it the same way? Like, obviously, you are sort of the standout. I always love watching when people do the sort of like, here's a home video of this NFL superstar right now, just looks clear and away like the best athlete on the field. Was it a similar thing?
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of funny, a little story. One of my best friends, we graduated together. He plays for the Raiders, and he used to call our team. We were the Eaton Reds, but he used to call us the Fighting Ecklers. Like, here we go. I play on the Fighting Eckler because I just get the ball every play, just go run around. So
you're a grown-ass man on the field playing a bunch of children.
It's even funnier, too, because he's like, man, that was your chance to name a team after yourself. You missed the opportunity to name the Wild Aces the Fighting Ecklers.
Damn, that's true.
You got here too late. If FCF gets to season 2 and you branch off and get your own team, maybe that's what happens. The Fighting Ecklers.
You better not. You better not.
Yeah, no, you're with us forever now.
They have a progressive fifth down. It's possible they might let us change the name like mid-game.
I love how
Hey,
we were
I
like,
don't know if
what the
Johnny would
hell?
like that.
Yeah, Johnny wouldn't like that, Nick. I'm surprised you of all people should know that. He wouldn't be.
Johnny
down for
wants
that.
everyone to be happy, and he's always having a good time. So if that's what it takes to bring a smile to Austin's face, then who is
Yeah.
Johnny? Who's Johnny?
Yeah.
To say?
Hey, for the most part, I'm a pretty open, pretty happy guy, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've appreciated the most about you, Austin. Of course, when we signed on for FCF and Wild Aces before it was Wild Aces, they're like, all right, we're gonna find people, we're gonna partner you up with people we think you're good for, and do this whole thing. I was like, yeah, sure, whoever you think. And they're like, we're gonna put you with Austin. And Andy was immediately like, oh my god, like he's actually a guy. Like that guy like is a guy.
Yeah.
Like I knew you hear about him. It's like cool, but like, is he gonna be cool? And you've been nothing but cool. So I can't. I'm glad we have this friendship now.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
no
as
problem.
do I think we both get it on a business level and then also just a personal level too. Like when you're doing these streams, doing live stream, it's all about that connection. It's bridging that gap. Give people value when they come to your stream. Make it seem a little bit more personal for them. So you're talking, having fun. You guys, I love what you guys do. You have the energy, and so I'm kind of the same way when I do it in my stream. And then it just carries over to my general life where I'm just around people. I'm open minded. What you got to say? Like I'm down to hear what you got to say. Here you are as a person.
Now, it's funny you say all that, right? You're open-minded, you're personable, you get what we're doing. We need your help here. The one thing I've noticed from hanging out with you, obviously socially distanced through the internet, getting ready for all this FCF stuff, being on text threads with you, you're very nice, but you are fashionable. You understand things. We have to talk about Kevin, and we need your help.
You don't have to do that.
Kevin, you put it
Oh,
on as
yeah.
a poll.
Just pivot.
You put it on as a
Yeah,
poll.
Just pivot.
Kevin, what are
Kevin,
they doing to you, man?
No, Kevin bought a brimless hat, and now he has a poll
Wait.
up on Instagram right now,
Now,
as if he likes.
Hold on, before you bring it up,
Sure.
I want to ask Austin, what's a brimless hat?
Well, I'm imagining like a baseball cap that doesn't have the like.
This kid's
Brim.
smart. His kid's smart. He nailed it. That's
He just
exactly
puts
right.
it's almost like a beanie, but it's like
Yeah. It's a
not.
fitted
'Cause it's like
beanie.
a fitted beanie. Kind
He
of.
gets it. He gets it. There we go. Smart kid.
Now, before seeing it, are you pro or against?
It reminds me of those things that have like the pinwheel on the top and you like
Yes.
spin it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. It's very close to that. Very close
Like
to
a
that.
fez.
More,
Oh,
no,
no.
not a fez. A fez is
No,
different.
it's-
no.
Stop trying to
Okay.
put
It's a
It's
big
just-
fez.
Fez
Okay.
agenda.
I mean, I don't. When would you wear that? Like,
Every day.
See, now here's the thing. I have long hair. I have very long hair.
okay.
You see-
okay,
Here, throw
that's
it up, throw it
applicable.
up, throw up your little image. I assume you're watching the
Yeah,
stream
let's
here
get it,
in
Kevin. Let's
Discord.
go.
If you're watching the stream in Discord, you can click, or you already see it, or you can full screen it by clicking on it.
Hold on.
Kevin's setting it up right now to show what it's gonna look like. Here.
Where's
Is
the-
it like a biker thing?
Oh,
They kind of have
what
that
is
like the
that?
leather like
All right, so here we go. Here it comes. It's
a skull cap.
there. It
thing.
is right there. So this is what we got. Yeah.
Oh, watch stream. Okay. Wait. Oh, so
Wait.
Wait, one more time, Kevin. He didn't see it. One more time. There
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
here it is.
interesting. It looks like you're wearing a hat backwards.
Yeah.
I love the
yeah.
smile, by the way.
Thank you. very
Nice.
Well, that's
much.
all Kevin is.
Nice. Look
At
at
So
that.
first, he
early-
wasn't wearing the hat backward. At first, he was wearing it very much forward.
Yeah, are
and
you?
then-
That's my question for you, Kev. As you have put up, that hat is dope or whack, bro. You're wearing it backwards, but when you were wearing it earlier on stream, you were wearing it forwards. Which is the way you will be wearing this hat?
So I mean, it's too early to tell. I like the idea of wearing it forward so
Feeling it
that
out. Yeah, we're
it's
feeling it
it's
out.
more distinct. So you right away, it's not like, oh, is that a hat? No, it's something new. But everyone else seems to hate it. So Paula made me turn it around. She was like, turn it around the other way, so it looks
What do you
less
want?
I do like it
dumb.
that
wanna
way.
see it.
I do like it that way, but it's more applicable once you said you had longer hair. So
Yeah, no,
I
that's- I
can
mean-
see you rocking that. Yeah, keep the hair back for sure.
Yeah, it's exactly it. It keeps the hair
I
back
see it.
without bringing keeping all that heat that the beanies do. Nick, you've recently started wearing a beanie, and I think maybe you were doing that because of how hot it is in your new place, right? Or
No,
cold?
I mean, I've been
How
wearing
cold?
cold. Yeah, I mean,
The
definitely beanies, very, very functional. Loving that. It's a bit cold right now, so I could probably throw one on. But I also just do like it because you don't have to do your hair, and I haven't really made a decision on what I want to do with my hair for a long time. It's like kind of growing out a little bit, but it's also
Yeah.
a little, dare I say, Harrison Ford from Air Force One. I just get off my plane. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
Yeah.
get off my plane.
No, not
So,
It does. I'm trying to.
But with
this
the
is-
beard,
Say
like
it nicely,
inmate.
Greg.
Exactly,
Try to say
exactly.
it
Because
nicely.
it does give you a more distinguished look, your hair right now. And if that's what's different about it, the fact that it's longer, that makes sense. Because I have noticed without the beanie now, yeah, you have something going on here that I can't quite explain.
yeah, it's
you
just
and,
not.
you and Andy both. We guess.
Oh,
Andy's
Andy's nothing
got
without his hair.
Well, Andy's
He's in
hair has
that,
always been like that.
tween stage where it's like it's long but it's not, and so it's kind of just like
A lot of the
Andy-
times, a lot of times it's did he just wake up? And usually, yes. The answer is yes. I usually did wake up, no matter what time you're asking me.
Also, Andy is purposely going for the last frame of an anime movie where like the character's walking away and the wind blows their hair and then it freeze frames. That's what he wants.
Yeah,
to
the credited right there.
right
Yeah.
to be continued.
Yeah.
I have two things for Kevin. Number one, Nick's a bit quiet. I noticed. I thought it was just me, but I did see someone in the live chat.
I've boosted it here, but I think that
Okay.
I was actually
That's
about
my
to
bad,
slack
hold on.
him. No worries.
No, you got it.
Check,
It's-
check,
You guys
check.
can
And then
always,
number two for Kevin is so you like this hat, right, Kevin? You're a pro of this hat. You're happy with this hat.
This hat solves all the problems that I have in life with hats. So
Wow.
you know what I mean?
Wow, that's
yeah,
impressive
that's
for
the
that.
thing. It's a
Wow.
big
Okay.
deal.
What
It's
you
a
have
big
with
deal.
that
Powerful.
specifically.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw you a dope vote then. If you're happy, I'm happy. I'm putting it in there. Oh man, you're
that's
losing
what
though.
matters.
That's not how
Right
it
now,
works.
Yeah,
Whack
no,
is
it's
winning
not winning.
51 to 49. Yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah.
I meant to vote that the hat was dope, but I accidentally clicked whack. I'm sorry about that on the voting poll. So my bad.
That's whack. That you know what I mean? I don't even need a poll to tell you that was a
really,
whack move,
I
Andy.
really hope this comes down to one vote. And I really hope that, you know what I mean? I hope it's like either me or Tim that hasn't voted yet, and it's 51 to like 50 or 49 to 49, right? And you're just like,
Gotta do it.
what's it
Now,
gonna be, Tim? What's it gonna be?
Nick Scarpino, Trask899 in the live chat on patreon.com/kindafunny says, how does this hat fit into the anti-backwards cap over 30 conversation? You had made a very declarative statement. If you are over 30, you cannot wear a backwards baseball cap. But if you're over 30, can you wear a backwards brimless hat?
I mean, here's my question to you, Trask197. Did I come close? Did I come
I'm
close
gonna
to
turn it around on you,
I'm gonna turn it
motherfucker.
around on you. If the hat doesn't have a brim, does it have a back?
Ooh.
Oh wow, yeah. Chicken
Yeah,
and
I mean
egg,
it
Nick.
does very clearly, right? Because I
is it
turned
clear?
it
Hats, find a
around
way.
backwards, right?
Do
Kev,
you?
I
Is
still
that
want
how
to.
it's
I
supposed
want to
be worn?
see the what would be the front on the front of your head, because it's hard for me
Yeah,
to
turn.
imagine.
Do you have a Kev green screen?
If
Can you
you-
put yourself in the image?
If you blur your eyes, Tim,
give
it
me
looks like a
1
beanie.
second.
It has.
But what
This
if
sort
you
of- it
don't
looks like
blur
the
your
f-
eyes and you just
If you
look
don't blur
at
your
it?
eyes, it's a friend
it
making
looks
a weird
like
decision.
Andy, you were there when I bought it. Like I bought it
I
on
know.
stream with you.
Yeah.
It
I
kind
thought it
of
was your idea. You bought it from
No,
somewhere?
no, we were streaming some
Yeah,
game one
we
day,
were.
Austin. I forgot what day. I think it was like sometime last week. And Kevin said, "I want to buy this brimless hat," and all of us just froze, and we were like, "Of course,
he
this
say?
is something that Kevin's gonna bring up." And he brought up the photo, and I didn't think he was gonna do it, but he committed immediately in that moment, and that just shows you what kind of person he is, you know?
That's what's up, man. You know, he's a go-getter. He puts his mind to something, gets it done.
Exactly.
I like Kevin. Let's go, Kevin.
Hmm.
Kevin built a new home for a tortoise not too long ago and a new fence.
Look at this
So
man, just out here, just making things happen.
yeah, that's what Kevin does. We couldn't do kind of funny without him. So yeah, if he needs a brimless hat to do his business better, I go for it. You know what I mean? I feel you, Kev, because when I just got a haircut over the weekend, Jen cut my hair in the bathtub, and before then it was really long, and so I was having to wear caps. Not in the hungover fashion when I normally wear a cap. It was because I was going to work on something. I didn't want my hair falling on my face the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you guys can always come to my side as well and just go whack it off and go the bald
Bro,
look.
I
Stuff
want
like
to
that.
so badly.
Still
Now, was
have, wake
that
up
was
in the
that
morning.
form or function?
Form? What do you mean form?
Like, are you doing it because it looks cool, or are you doing it because I secretly want to do it because I'm
Nick is getting close to shaving his head because he's
wanna
losing
shave.
his hair.
Ooh. Hey, okay, so yeah, I lost my hair. Started losing my hair at a young age. You know, genetics blessed me in other ways, like athletic ability, but not in the hairline. So my hairline was like back here, probably like when I was
okay.
17, 18.
You the Stephen A. Smith going?
And then, yeah, something like that. It was just, I had to commit. So now I've just been committed for like, I don't know, years now. But now I just,
Well, see, no, but here's the
we have a
problem,
decent
right?
head shape. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
You have a great head shape. You look fantastic with
Oh,
the
well,
bald
thank
head.
you.
It really works. It also, you've got the tight beard. Everything's working with you.
That's right.
I will probably look like someone who was malnourished if I go,
Oh, no.
like if I shave the head. It's not going to look good. I've done it before. I did it once before, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm thinking about shaving my head. I'm growing out the big bushy beard. I'm going to shave my head, do the Kratos, and I just got the head shape from it. She was like,
No, yeah.
That is the difference, though. You've
not
never
doing it.
had the beard when you've done it. And I think that is going to change everything. Because
It's
for what hair you
sure.
might lack on your head, you surely don't lack on your chin.
Show her the latest Max Payne game. You'd look just like that.
I think that would really make a huge.
You mean like an unstable mass murderer?
Yeah, I do actually. I mean, that's what Nick would look like.
See, but my wife would look at that. Dee would look at that and go, "But he's tall."
The trade-off.
That's what I would get. Yeah, if I was like 6'1", I probably could do whatever the hell I wanted.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Yeah, you'd have a bit Triple H going on. You'd have that Triple H look.
Triple X
I
looks
was
he
gonna
looked
say
dope
that
with it.
again,
Again,
Dumbledore.
it has to do with head shape.
Dumbledore.
That's too good.
Grow out the hair, you got the Dumbledore look going.
Let's just keep going with it. Okay, I get it. I see where this is at. We started this off with Kevin, and now we've rounded third to me. I see.
That's great.
Now that we're making fun. Oh.
I was gonna say just real quick. I was gonna say Nick gets all the old jokes. So whenever our community photoshops us as things in pop culture, Nick is always Gandalf or Dumbledore. He's always getting the old treatment there. Yeah.
Or just a guy from an AARP ad. I get a lot lot of Captain America, but when Captain America was old and decrepit at the end of Endgame, I get that a lot. So, and it's funny because I'm actually not that much older than Greg. I think I'm only 3 years older than you, Greg.
Whatever, old man, shut up. You know what I mean? Get out of here. No, this actually is something that's interesting because I have I had pulled up Austin's Wikipedia, so I had quick facts if I ever needed them or whatever. And I glanced over it. I guess I did this before. And I glanced over before. It says here you're 25.
Correct. Yeah, 25. Would you think
I-
I'm older? People always tell me I look older.
I did, but it's because I don't think. And my thought process is whenever I get to meet a professional athlete or talk
right
to a
there with
professional
you,
athlete,
Greg.
I'm like, oh, here's a full-blown adult. This is an adult who knows that. And then it turns out I'm going to be 13 years older than you in April? How is that possible? You look like a man. I look like a child.
Man. Shoot, I know.
Yeah. It isn't like the fact that you look old, Austin, because you don't. It's more of we all hit that certain age where the players we're creating in Madden become younger than us, and then you start realizing like, oh, it's over. Like I don't have a
What's the
chance.
point?
You know what I mean? Yeah. What's the point of any of this? And so I think Austin, you carry yourself as a much more mature person, but you're 25. But also I hang out with fucking that guy down there, Nick Scarpino. I don't know where he's at. Wherever he is.
You pointed the right way the first
Yeah, I
time.
pointed
No,
the
it's
right
true. It is true. I would have pegged you a bit older, but that's just the way you carry yourself. But also
What
like
would you say I look? What do I look? Just
no, I would say
No,
you're
it's not
25. I would say
appearance.
your attitude and your success in life dictate that you're a much older man. As we have not reached that level of success, and I am twice your age almost. So
I mean, it's all
there is that. I also just think of when I think of people who are professional athletes, it's such a rare thing that you're like. It's just so intimidating. So I just assume you're whatever age you want to be. Like whatever age you get to be, you can be.
basically your athletic prime is like from like 21 to like 26, like in there. And so like
Sorry,
you get
Greg.
Enjoy it, man.
all of your
1 year left.
professional athletes, majority as far as like really like exerting sports are going to be younger. So yeah.
No, I don't know if I don't know if it's resonating the same way with you or if it's happening for you, Austin. But with the FCF and being owner of the team, when the players started coming to the bubble, a lot of them started like campaigning and like hitting me up on Instagram DM or sending me emails or whatever. And one of them I was talking to and I was going back and forth, joking around, and he kept saying, "All right, we'll do, sir. You got it, sir. Yada, yada, sir." And I was like, "Oh, that's really funny." He calls everybody. And then I was like, "Wait, no, he's actually treating me like I'm the owner of a football team." And then I was like, "Wait, I'm actually the owner of a football." And I was like, "Actually, hold on a second. He just came out of college. He's got to be 21. I'm 38 or next month." I'm like, "Oh my God, I am a sir to this person."
To be fair, how intimidating could it possibly be? Like, how important is it to be an owner of a football team when in my inbox right now I have an email from the FCF? It's like anyone can own some of the wild aces.
You just gotta believe,
I mean, we're just gonna fake it till we make it on this one. Well, this leads me to a question for Austin, for you and Greg, right? Like, are you worried at all that people are going to come into this brand new wonderful thing and not get it? Because Greg has obviously already been blocked by Marshawn Lynch. I think.
No, the
personally
Glacier
and
Boys blocked me.
professionally.
The Glacier Boys.
So this is the worry of mine, is that people won't get our shenanigans and they'll come in thinking this is like, I mean, obviously these are professional football players, but they're not going to get the vibe. Are you guys worried about keeping that vibe going and how we're going to do that?
See, I think the vibe is different throughout the different teams, and so I think you'll have different like personalities that can go with different teams. In our situation, we're super confident, all in on the Wild Aces. We're out here, hyping everyone up and tearing everyone else down. That's what we're about over here. And so if you come in here, you like that, you might get, our vibe. If you don't, you might go hang out with the Glacier Boys or something like that. All the
Nobody
other
wants
guys.
that. Nobody
You
wants
want to
that.
hang out on a loser team, you know what I mean?
Hang out with the losers. But no, I think if you're coming in to try something new, figure it out. I think we're the more entertaining of the bunch, I would say, because I don't see anyone else streaming yet. And if they do, I want to see what their stream looks like compared to what we put out there. I feel like you're getting a double dose when you come to Wild Aces, because you're getting some type of like comedic like commentary hangout session, and also getting to call plays and win games as well. So
Yeah.
It's
And
a,
we
it's a great vibe. I had a
And we
blast
get we
last
get
Saturday.
we get Tim going, now so and so asks in chat and they're asking, not me.
I learned a lot in the last 2 weeks.
I
okay?
love it. I love
Put me
it.
on the
dude.
field. I got it. Come on.
I love it.
I mean, yeah, don't get worried. If Marshawn Lynch is getting out there, I'm getting out there. I'll get out there. I'll take a snack. Don't worry.
Austin,
Or
so-
maybe pick six.
Austin, you've been in the NFL for 3 years? Or
4 years now, man.
4 years. Okay. When did you start Twitch streaming?
Ooh, last year. So I haven't even been a year yet. I feel like I started in like March. It was like right as soon as quarantine started, I was like, I need to do something. And I was like, all right, since the gyms are all closed, I'm gonna start doing a 30-day challenge on Twitch. And I kind of just carried it over into type of like meet and greet / like get to know me, and then just continue to grow and grow and grow. And so now it's blowing up as far as now I have my own company for streaming with other athletes that are involved, stuff like that. So
That's really cool.
it's taken off. Yeah.
If you guys are hiring,
No,
Yeah,
no,
athletes
Nick,
look
no.
for athletes.
Yeah, looking for athletes.
That
Exactly.
guy's
Agents
face
right
is
now.
on a helmet. So
No,
Are you
because
still primarily doing meet and greet stuff, or are you streaming games, or how are you handling it?
So I'll do a mix. Like for the most part, in like the first 30 to 40 minutes of every stream, I'm just hanging out, just talking, chatting with everybody. Because I built up this community where I recognize people now, so they'll ask me questions. I'll ask them how they're doing. It's more of like a dialogue. And then if I'm getting burnt out, or if I'm like really trying to play a game that night, it'll be a game that I play with the community. So it's something that they're getting involved. They're getting more of an experience of just sitting there watching me play a game by myself. Like they're actually playing with me. And so they get to see that, and they get to hear like other people like just in there, like having fun. That's what I'm about. I'm terrible at video games, but that's not why I play video games. I play to, just have a good time. And so I have a good time, even though I'm not great. My community usually whoops my ass, but they're having a good time.
What are you usually playing?
Shoot, I was grinding Fortnite here for a little bit because I just had like Fortnite events.
All
but
right.
my main game is League of Legends. If you've ever heard of League of Legends,
Yeah, we've heard of League of Legends.
yeah, game for sure.
I didn't realize you were a
And
big
so-
dork.
did you go into it?
Oh yeah.
Did you go into it knowing you wanted to play games, or was it more of you started playing games because of Twitch, or was it like?
Yeah. So that's great. Actually, no, I started watching League of Legends on Twitch. Like the way
Oh,
before I was
shit.
even streaming on Twitch, and I was like, I'm gonna do my own type of like stream. I'm not gonna play a game all the time, but I'm gonna try to switch it up and connect with the community a little bit. And so I think it's just been great now because especially with COVID and everything, like companies are trying to find a different way to connect to the youth, and it's like, well, now there's these streaming platforms that are becoming bigger because before it was like, oh, we can just put ads, we could do ads on TV, but it's not TV anymore. Now it's like streaming. Now it's like the Netflix streaming devices and platforms, YouTube, things like that, TikTok, like all these new platforms that are coming up, and like Twitch is one of those new platforms. So I think that's why I've had so much success, and that's why I gravitated towards Twitch, so I can get that live interaction and actually talk to people in the chat instead of like putting YouTube and chat with people in the comments, which you're not going to get any like real time interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Miller, question from KindOfFunny.com.
Go ahead, Greg Miller, go
Austin.
ahead.
Thank you very much, Andy. You're running a great press conference with
Thank
Austin. I appreciate this. Was there any, when you started doing the Twitch or wanting to do the Twitch, was there concern on your part, or I assume you have an agent's part or anything like that of doing it? Because I know it's not that the NFL doesn't want you to be a personality or something like that, but when you do open yourself up to being a personality, you do open yourself up to the possibility you say something stupid or something that is honest to you but pisses them off.
Right. I mean, I could care less because I feel like from what I say, I back it up. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to speak how I feel.
Yeah.
Pisses people off. That's okay. They don't have to watch my content. I think there was something I said. I said that I like doubted that we were going to have an NFL season, and it like went viral. It's like, Austin, nothing doesn't think we're going to have an NFL season. I was like, it's not looking good right now. I was like, hey, I mean, it is what it is. That's how I feel. So yeah, it's been a different. I've had to be careful. I've learned some things as far as speaking and things like that. I've always been decent at speaking, just for being a business major, being in social settings. But for the most part, it's just all positivity. I try to keep any toxic, negative, controversial things out of it. But that just kept me going in the right direction.
Have you thought about a future in like esports business management or going into, co-owning a team or anything like that?
So I have a company called Gridiron Gaming Group that I was talking about. And I have I think 8 members right now, just 8 athletes from different sports. But basically what I'm trying to do is build the Gridiron Gaming Group up to be like a platform where people can come in and they can start streaming. Because right now there's no way to like start. Like you can get on there and just try to do it, but there's no like resources or help. And so what Gridiron Gaming Group is, basically it's like a rec center that you have a membership to, and you can come and you can use our editors, you can use me, you can use the collabs, you can use all of our connections. So you can pick and choose what you want to use. And basically you're just like a member. And eventually I would like to have like tournaments and stuff like that for different games that are hosted by, our members, or just hosted for our members to participate in and go to the public as well. But that takes a bunch of licensing. We're going through all that stuff right now. But yeah, I'd actually also like to have our own Gridiron Gaming Group team. So I'm kind of just coming at this trying to from the ground up, but I'm trying to slowly snowball it and continue to just gather resources and then build it up and eventually have my own team and eventually host my own tournaments, like in T-Mobile Arena out in Vegas, stuff like that, when it used to be like really big before COVID and all that. So I think that'd be sick.
I miss,
awesome.
I mean, like, I feel like I finally started getting my first glimpse of esports in real life, and then COVID hit. Like the
Right.
last thing I did was in February of, I guess, a year ago, kind of today, I was in Dallas for an Overwatch League tournament, and then was really excited about the future of this season because they were coming to San Francisco as well, where we're located.
Right.
And the Dallas Fuel was coming, and they're my squad, and like I've made a bunch of friends over there as a part of Team Envy.
Mhm.
And then, this tournament's being, this tournament's being put on hold. This tournament's being put on hold. This one's suspended, and then the whole season was just lost. And it's like, I got a taste of it, and I freaking love it, and I adore it. And now it's just
intense, man. Like they actually have like a whole venue. They got the stage, they got the crowd, they get the announcers. Like there's energy, and I've never been to one either, but I've just seen like, and I was up at Riot Games up in LA, and I seen their studio. Like there's a mini stadium up there for League of Legends.
Sure.
Just like, I just want to be in this field. I just want to be in this space.
it's
Like,
cool.
Yeah.
Do you think when NFL's done, that'll be the main focus for you? And I know that I'm not, you got 100 years in front of you. Don't worry, big guy. But I'm saying when it's time to.
Forever. I know that. I'm trying to get there before I get out of the NFL. I'm trying to get there while I'm in the NFL. I'm trying to do as much as I can while I'm in the NFL, because as an active player, I still have access to the platform. I still have the spotlight. It's
visibility.
Right. When you move on from the NFL, it's like, sure, you play great, but now you're not as, attractive as the guy that is playing. Now companies, now brands, they want to work with the guy that is playing or is getting the spotlight. So I'm trying to capture it while I'm in the NFL, and so I can transition it out, when I'm done playing, and it's a little bit easier, and I can have those connections established, So
That's super smart.
trying not to be washed up, like,
Yeah, you don't want to be a Richard Sherman or Marshawn Lynch. I totally understand. You don't want to be here begging for. I mean, just think about it though. Marshawn Lynch, he suited up last week for the Beast. Then he went down there, and you could see it in his eyes as he looked at these young people like, I can't do this. I'm too old for this. I can't keep up with these guys.
I'm glad he didn't.
You want to see a legend embarrass himself, right, Andy?
No, I am not on your side with this, Greg.
Man, when we were off air, Andy was talking so much trash. It was funny.
I love this energy from Greg. I actually have a question from the press pool here. So here's the situation.
Go ahead,
Greg
Tim,
said something earlier in this podcast that I haven't been able to stop thinking about. And it's this idea of Austin being this high schooler, just dominating the rest of the high school.
Just killing kids. They haven't even hit puberty yet. He's just destroying it.
And it reminds me of a classic Kind of Funny podcast topic that I want to now pose to the group in a new form. Okay. Because on TikTok recently, I saw that this is kind of coming back up into the trends in 2021. But the question is as follows. Austin, specifically for you, but we'll all give our answers, okay?
For sure.
How many small children could you ward off in a fight? Now, here's the rules. We're working with some horde mode rules.
Okay.
So it's waves. People, I want to know how many waves each of us think we can go through.
How many come out in a wave?
It starts
The
with
waves
preschoolers and works all the way up to 13-year-olds.
The waves work like this.
Okay.
It is single kindergartners coming out. They each come out, but every 10th person is a 5th grader. Okay. So they're coming out in these waves of kindergartners where the wave will eventually be 9 kindergartners, 1 fifth grader. Right?
Got it.
That's a wave. It's like a boss character.
Do the kindergartners start wearing armor by the end of this? Like, what are we talking
Yeah.
about?
We can add that if we want. But we can just start there. Okay. Horde mode,
So
first wave.
like 1 kindergartner, you defeat them. 1 kindergartner. It's not like 2 now. It's just always 1, 1, 1.
It's 1 coming at you.
Yeah.
But then eventually, when the 10th one will come at you, it'll be a 5th grader. But then after that, it'll be 2 kindergartners, and it just keeps adding that way.
Got it.
But every 10th is a 5th grader. But eventually, they're overwhelming you because
But
there's
it's
like
always
a whole bunch of them.
Oh, so they're just continually coming. Like, what's the interval I have
I mean, I've seen some big ass fifth
each
graders.
one
Dude.
between the waves?
I mean, we can make the rules here. What do you want the rules to be with
Like,
how these
yeah.
waves work?
Like every 30 seconds, 1 runs out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my God, we're cleaning these kids' clocks for a long
30
time.
seconds. I'll go all day.
All
Go
day.
all day.
Oh.
I mean, they're gonna get up, right?
No,
Yeah.
not the way I
Oh,
do
not
it.
after I get them, Austin. No way. These kids ain't getting back up.
Trust me,
Okay.
you know, man. Well,
Okay,
two
so I
kids
feel like
enter,
it
one kid
can't be
leaves.
1 at a time. It's got to be 1 comes out, then 2 come out, then 3 come out.
Yeah,
then,
that's gonna be hard.
then 4
Now,
come out.
granted, just for press purposes, these are zombies
Yep.
Zombies,
with
yeah, zombies.
no
I
live.
appreciated
Yeah.
that we took it from, Austin Eckler says there won't be an NFL season. He's talking about how he gets misquoted, and Tim's like, how many kids could you beat up?
Hey, I'm asking
TMZ,
the real
blah, blah,
questions
blah.
here, man.
Yeah.
We gotta know.
These are horde board zombie kids. Yeah.
I'm getting through a lot of waves. It's going to be exhaustion or I hurt myself hurting them for a while. Right?
Well, I guess the other thing that I want to that we need to kind of like put into the framage here is where is the battleground?
Right? Are you in a cage? Because
Yeah, I think steel cage, octagon kind of thing.
Steel cage. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
so it's gonna get tight.
I go to playground because that seems like I can imagine you on a play structure. They have to like get up there.
I was going to say,
Great
am I
moment.
allowed to use the playground against them? So yeah, okay, you just said so. So yeah,
Mhm.
steel cage I like because it's I gotta they have a better chance of getting me because again they're gonna hold on they're gonna run at me like this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and I'm gonna grab them right underneath the armpits and then bam right into the monkey bars. You know what I mean? Like I'm just tossing them left and right. Yeah, exactly.
Knocking them out. Oh,
I
what's
mean,
Austin
like,
doing?
yeah, hold on.
Screen?
He's finding
Austin,
something.
in fact,
that I
you guys
love.
don't know this. He actually he's got a monkey bars right now.
Oh
that we can
God,
do
here we
this.
go, Craig.
Oh God, Craig. don't-
If you are listening to this podcast, I recommend you start watching because Greg Miller's doing something that involves
got? Is it a
way
hammer?
too many props.
There's a lot of prop involvement right here.
Why does he still have that thing? It's
I wonder how it
creepy.
smells.
It smells like boof.
All right. So now Google over here says a fifth grader is about the average fifth grader is about 4 feet 6 inches tall. So Andy,
Okay.
sadly, you're not gonna have the height advantage on him.
How's it feel, Andy? Does it feel good or bad?
I love Nick being like, "Yeah, you're on my side now."
This is the life you've carved out for yourself.
All right, so that's about nipple height. The fifth grader is gonna be about nipple height when he gets out here for Greg. But not that tall, but close to it, closer.
That could be a short fifth grader.
Well, I mean, yeah,
but
they're
how
gonna be
much- what's the
various
average-
sizes. That's where it comes down.
What's
But
the
I mean, if
average
you got
weight of a
like,
fifth grader? I don't care about height. I want to know weight. Weight is how you gauge
Really,
fights.
it's the emotional toll. It's gonna be the costing
I feel like
thing, right?
I feel like it's the opposite though, right? 'Cause as kids come out and I start winning, I start getting really empowered. And I start thinking, how do I take this to the local Safeway and start
Yeah.
fucking some kids up there in the
Yeah,
great
Kevin.
nice
Speaking of
style.
like, yeah, the emotional weight I think might be a little bit heavier than the actual
a
physical
fifth
weight of
grade,
these kids.
the average 5-year-old. Oh, 5-year-old. That's not the same as fifth grade. Sorry,
No,
hold on. That's wrong.
definitely
That's wrong.
different.
Sorry,
Fifth
sorry,
grade
sorry,
is
sorry, sorry.
11.
Well,
Fifth
5-year-old
grade,
kindergartner.
fifth grade is what? 12? Is that right? Is that right?
All
11.
right, hold on, here we go. All right, here I'm on Yahoo Answers. What is the average weight of a fifth grader / 10-year-old? Maria put her daughter in and said, my daughter is underweight at 76 pounds. Then Halo Mom, who has the favorite answer award, says, my daughter is in the fifth grade. My daughter is 5'1" and 95 pounds. For a fifth grader, that is a lot. For 5'1", that is not a lot. She is in the 95th percentile of height and the 60th percentile of the weight.
So
My
not
doctor says
average.
that they should be closer, but one is larger. It should stay.
Well,
never
let's go. Wait,
understood
look
percentiles.
up boys though, because I feel like the boys are going to be heavier, and we want to go
I-
with the heaviest possible thing we're going to have to fight.
I was 115 in 6th grade, but that was like after
Jeez.
I grew.
Actually, I don't know what I was.
He was very tall too, and it just lengthened.
I just like to
Yeah,
think
I
you
was
were
6
always
feet
this
tall.
size, Austin. You were just sitting in the desk like these tiny little desks.
I'm only 5'9". I've been 5'9" for like since my sophomore year of high school. So since I was 15 for 10 years.
That's really impressive.
So I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
No,
I don't
no.
know.
Really
I mean, it's
Andy,
I don't know.
think of all the things he's accomplished with 5'9", and then
That's
think
what I'm
about us.
saying, Nick. That's what I'm
Think
saying.
about us.
I'm not that big of a guy.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
man.
saying. It's the
195.
athleticism that overtakes. It's the speed. It's the agility. You know, which I've gotten spades, Nick. You see me on the basketball court. Remember I told you how I beat that guy. I think Grant. I forgot that tall old white dude who was like talking shit to me because I was getting winded. Came back,
Yeah.
a couple
You trained.
3-pointers. Yeah.
Hey.
And
Drain him in
Well,
the
I
face.
mean, we both know
You
that
have to
despite
stop bragging
being
in front of athletes. You have to.
Yeah.
Shaq told you to stop.
You're right.
No, Shaq told you to stop bragging in front of athletes.
Yeah, no, Shaq told me just that I didn't have a chance because I told him like,
Well, yeah. If you talk about anything with basketball with him, yeah. No
I
way.
mean, I told him like, look, I'm maybe 31 years old at the time I was 31, and I may be really overweight and kind of out of shape, but I still feel like I can come off the bench and provide meaningful minutes. And he just put his gigantic hand on me and kind of like just palmed my
So
skull,
scary.
and he was
So
like,
scary.
you gotta wake up from this dream. It's not happening.
Wake up. Come back to
That's
reality.
exactly what he said. That's it. He said, "Wake up." That's exactly what he said. God damn. So, how many kids could we take out? I would get tired of exhaustion for sure. I don't have the stamina. I would get really, really tired. And again, these kids are what, 4'6". I'm not that much taller than them, guys.
What are these kids gonna do? They're weak. They're gonna bite you. Like
Yeah, that's the thing is Tim's talking about them overpowering you, right? When the number of them come out.
There's me and
Yeah.
Shaq.
wow.
I was so scared. Andy's
like
standing
his-
up.
you're like his
Shaq is
cat.
sitting down.
That is a big human. That is a big human for
Yeah,
sure.
this is very scary.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like drop kicks because obviously I've got.
Oh, you
a
don't
lot
leave
of-
your feet. Don't leave
Andy,
your feet.
No, yeah. Don't get off the ground.
I'm throwing elbows.
They'll float you away if you come off the pavement, Andy.
You're gonna get crowd surfed.
They're gonna crowd surf you away into like
Like ants.
fifth period.
Correct.
There's not that many.
Like ants.
Throwing elbows. Because I can break a hand like on someone's skull, like elbows, like you know what I'm saying.
See, I
That's a
mean
good
that's my
point.
thing. I'm confident I can get head kicks in all day long because these heads are only going to be at waist level anyway, so I don't have to get my foot up that high.
Yeah.
And with my hamstring injury, as you guys know, I've had a
Nick,
hamstring
waist
injury for the
level?
last
Come
25
on.
years. I can't get my foot above my waist, so I'm kicking these kids' head all fucking day
Zombie
until
kids,
the
just to
one
be clear.
Tim Gettys comes at me, and then I'm doubling. You're double A takedown,
Sparta.
ground and pound. And then as you ground and pound, as his Tim Gettys 5'17" fucking at 5 years old head is just turning into mush, you look up and you just lock eyes with the next kid coming out of the gate. You're like,
See, I
this
feel like
is
these
the fate
kids
that
these
fucking
kids are
awaits
coming
you,
out
kid.
with like a buff on them though, right? They're enraged. Like they have like they know what's up in this world. And not even what's up. They're under some kind of possession. Clearly, this is the age-old kind of funny problem. We made a wish to a genie, and now we're here with unlimited kids coming to fight us, right?
Greg was like, Greg's like, Genie, I want kids. And the guy's like, and the genie's like,
Oh,
I'll give
do
some
you?
fucking
Oh, I'll
kids.
give you. Yeah, exactly.
Horde mode, kids.
Eventually, there's just gonna be so many they're just gonna suffocate you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
eventually
problem,
That's what's going to
man.
happen. But that's the
Yeah.
question: is how many can you take out? You think before that happens? And we're losing this battle. There's no human being that could fight off waves of kids forever.
No.
I guess unless you're Shaq. But
Not
we're going to lose this. So how long do you think you can last, and how many kids do you think you're taking out? I'm thinking 17. I could get through 17 of them before I start to just give up.
So that would just be one 5th grader
Yeah.
What do you mean?
because it's
Oh,
every
I get
10s of
two
fifth
Every
more.
10th is a 5th grader.
I don't get it.
I would lose against a first, 5th grader. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
That's where it ends for you.
Because
Oh,
luck
I'm
of the
sorry.
draw.
So you mean I'd only make it to one 5th grader? I thought because I was like, that's 11 people. So I get one 5th grader, and then I get
If you
6
made
more
17 people, then that'd be one 5th grader and 16 kindergartners.
Got that. Sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying there. Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think that would prove the point that I set out to make here on game day. Here, I think we did. We came what we came to do. We did what we came to. What's the part?
Is that your post-game press conference?
You gotta have a few more
Really
breaths
good
in
show
there.
out there, guys.
We did what we had. We did what we came to do.
We did what we came to do. Here's the question. We can all answer this, but I have a very important question for Austin because I feel like we need to approach this before the next game.
Hold on.
Johnny
Before you get
Manziel.
into that,
Okay.
let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on these microphones, each coming to bullshit with each other like they bullshit with you. If you like that, you can go to patreon.com/kindoffunny, where you can write in with your own topics. You can get the show ad-free. You can get the show with the exclusive post show we do each and every episode. You can be watching live, just like Grant is, Nat is, Mark Freeman is, and Nick. You might have changed a life. Trask899 earlier said, Nick legally changed my username to Trask197. He's looking into seeing if he can change his username because of you saying 197.
It's just not worth it. But that's
Of
okay.
course, you can do all of that on patreon.com/kindoffunny. And remember, you get 2 episodes now of the Kind of Funny podcast each and every week, one with a guest, one that's just the old crew hanging out. However, if you have no bucks to toss our way, it's no big deal. You can go to youtube.com/kindoffunny, podcast services around the globe each and every week to get 2 brand spanking new episodes. Housekeeping for you, like we've been talking a little bit about. Remember that the FCF season is upon us. We own the Wild Aces alongside Austin Eckler and Jack Settleman, and now Rachel from The Bachelor. Excited to finally meet her. And so we're playing all the time. Every Wednesday is a draft. You can come to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. You get to draft the team with us by voting via the app. And then, of course, every Saturday is a game. This week, it is a 5 o'clock game Pacific time against the Beasts. That's right. We are going up against Marshawn Lynch's Beasts. You can watch us take them on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames live. Remember, too, that WandaVision continues to roll on. We have heard your cries. Our reactions are, of course, going up on youtube.com/kindoffunny as always, but they're also going up as screencasts now on podcast services around the globe. So check that out. Deep breath. We are running out of days here in February, but we are still getting through the Patreon producers from January. So let me thank Graham of Legend, David Mintel, Recasted Podcast, Food Kid Fat City, Joy, aka Joseph O'Yusef, Aaron, not Aaron, Willie D. Billums, Alexander Knoxell, Julian the Gluten-Free Gamer, Danny Rodriguez, Javi Rodriguez, King Vin, Tyler Wodan, Corey Wallstetter, Devin Holbrook, James Davis, aka at James Davis Makes, Greg with 2 G's in the front and 2 G's in the back, the nanobiologist, DJ Kento, Ricky L. Wanger, Caesar Palafox, Devin Carter, Steve Powers, Mark Freeman, Andrew C., Pizza Burgers, Ryan Trimble, Kieran O'Donnell, and Keith A. Lewis. Today, we're brought to you by Babbel, and hey, why don't I tell you about it right now? This episode of the Kind of Funny podcast is brought to you by Babbel. Bonjour, mes amis. It's me, Greg, and it says right there in my Babbel app. Bonjour, Greg. Because guess what? I need to learn French because my wife, native tongue is French, and that means it's really hard to talk to my in-laws. But Babbel is here because guess what? Before I was like, I don't have time to go take a course. I don't have time to do the homework. I don't have time to do all this stuff. Babbel does all this in 15 easy minutes. Of course, Babbel has these 15-minute lessons that make it the perfect way to learn a language on the go. Unlike the infamous language classes you took in high school, Babbel designs their courses with practical, real-world conversations in mind. Things you'll get to use in everyday life. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use the promo code MORNING. That's BABBEL.com, code MORNING, for an extra 3 months free. Babbel, language for life. Nick, what is your question for Austin?
So we've got the colors of the team down. We've got the greatest logo ever made down, right? And we've got the name, the Wild Aces. But last week, Johnny Manziel, after losing a game, I believe, to the Beasts, had the greatest quote and now a mantra for the Zappers. He said, quote, "The product will keep getting better as the weeks go on. Good start, even with the loss. You know, win or lose, we booze on the Zappers." Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself right now, guys, we need a saying like that that's going to take this team to the next level. Win or lose, we booze. That's the Zappers. They can have that one. Something to do with smoking aces. Something to do with I don't know. I'm just opening this up to the
So you want a
group.
catchphrase for the team?
We need a catchphrase when Greg gets interviewed or Austin gets interviewed. Probably not Austin because this catchphrase is going to be way too destructive for your career. So we'll keep it with Greg. Greg will say this.
We can destroy this one.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's not-
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, smoke them if you got them, the aces. Win or lose, we smoke weed.
No,
What?
no,
Who
that's
wants to
not
do
even
some
us.
drugs?
That's not even us.
Who wants to do some drugs, NFL?
No.
Wow.
We don't do that?
You don't like Aces Wild. The Aces Wild's no good for you.
Well,
you
Aces
moved
Wild
on
is
from that.
great, but it's Wild Aces. It's confusing. I almost confused it today. I was retweeting some kid's amazing theme song, totally original, and I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did, yeah.
Totally original theme song, but he was the Wild Aces, and no, he said Aces Wild. I almost thought our team was Aces Wild, so I get confused with my old man state. I don't.
That'd be the best. You're just confused as to what the name of the team is all of a sudden.
I don't know.
It's
Do you
hard
run
for us
this
because
house?
we're not going to lose. So we don't
Exactly.
Need to
We
worry
only
about
want to.
half
We're
of
only going to
it.
win, right?
There it is, right there, Tim. Aces, Wild Aces. We don't lose, and then
We
if
don't
we
lose.
lose, we go fluke. It was a fluke.
Yeah, wasn't us.
Oh, yeah. The first time we win, I will be holding a press conference to talk about how bad the officiating was. Don't worry about that.
You mean the first time we lose?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
We're
right.
not going
yeah,
to lose. That was a trick question, Greg. That was why you said it like that.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I like that. Enjoy your coffee. Damn, I
Sip
guess
that. Sip that coffee.
Andy, do we need a catchphrase?
I mean, I thought Aces Wild is the thing. It's the official hashtag. It's what's on all the media that they told me to put on the overlay that I made. So
Sure.
I mean,
They told you. I did. I just asked you. Can you make an overlay?
Oh, I thought that was like official. I thought you like wanted that on the overlay. I thought that
No,
was
I did.
Like,
But
you
I'm
have to
saying
have this
I said
verbiage.
it. They didn't make you do it.
And
Oh,
the
got
FCF has no idea we're co-streaming these things. They don't know what the hell we're doing over here.
Here's the link. Just do whatever.
Yeah. No questions. Don't ask, don't tell. No
Yeah,
questions.
you gotta
asked,
love.
right?
I imagine that the Zappers have asked their Andy to make an overlay that says hashtag whether we win or lose, we booze.
We booze.
It's a very long hashtag.
Now, is it BOOZE?
BOOZE, booze.
Okay.
What do you think? Spell it the other way.
BOOS. I don't know. Booze. We booze.
Win or lose, we booze. We boo ourselves. We boo the other team. No matter
Yeah,
what,
turn our
there's a
back.
boo coming out of us. All right, I can see that. I can see it. I can see it. You're not crazy.
Like, look, I'm not trying to like knock on Johnny Mandel. I don't think he's this marketing genius, right? Like, he's just kind of, he's firing from the hip, you know? He's firing
Hold
from
on.
the hip.
That's marketing.
You're bringing up Johnny Manziel. Obviously, I don't know who you're talking about, and it seems that a lot of people in the chat also don't know who you're talking about. You're saying he's a marketing genius.
No, I said
he's
he's
not
not
a
a
marketing
marketing.
Well, no, sorry, you're saying he's not. But is he the same man that people call Johnny Football?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Did he
Yes.
come up with that?
I
don't
think
think
media
he was-
did, didn't it?
I'm going to assume he did. Fucking marketing genius. If you
he
get
was-
to call yourself Johnny Football, like you own that shit.
He was called that in college, so I don't.
That's really damn cool.
He had his little money thing too after he scored every touchdown.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
cool
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, great man, great. Because now you got all the kids doing this, you know. like,
Yeah.
this stuff-
It was cool as shit. When
Well,
they beat
I like
Alabama, it
that.
was cool as shit. Yeah, because Alabama's
Roll
always the
Tide.
best. Yeah, that's the
Nailed
one
it.
thing you know. You know
nailed
that
it.
saying. You know that saying. But yeah, every time Alabama's always the best, Tim. So when A&M beat them, it was just cool to like see the money sign. That I was like, oh, I think I like college football now. But then I just never really got back into it. I never loved college football. I played the video games though. Love
Hell
the
yeah, you
video
did.
games.
They're back.
I'd always create my college, Greg. Would you create colleges?
No, I went to a real school. Didn't have to create them. They were in there.
What? Always attacking. God damn it. Could we? Could our motto just be Aces Wild? We're undefeated, and then just keep that going until we're defeated.
I mean, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess
Aces-
we'll have to do that.
I just feel
Aces
like I don't get me wrong. Zapper's terrible name and a terrible logo and a terrible color scheme
It
and
reminds me
clearly a
of Cheetos,
terrible
though, and
team.
I like that.
And so like I appreciate that Johnny Manziel is just like meh. Like whenever he does an interview, he's just like, I'm here. It's not going to lead to the NFL. This just seemed fun. And he's like, yeah, I suck. He said last week, I suck. And then I'm like, all right, cool. You're just there throwing the football around. It's fine with me. Just keep blowing games. Make sure you're an easy win for us. I don't care. But
He was. I mean, he looked pretty good out there. Actually.
nah, he's terrible. That first run was great. That first run to open the game was great. I'll give you that.
Mhm.
Calling him terrible.
How those
everyone's
words
terrible
when
if they're not the
15
Wild Aces.
years from now, this is the dominant football organization on the planet.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
I mean,
It's
I
gonna take
brought
off.
up on the stream, but like real talk, it does like that. The shenanigans, the theatricality behind it reminded me a lot of the first few UFCs. And like everyone said, obviously people really aren't talking shit about FCF because we've learned a little bit better. But like, remember the first UFCs happened, people were like, this is ridiculous. This is like an abomination of fighting sports. Combining, there's no weight classes, no rules. You can't even tap. I think you have to like, there was all sorts of like stupid things back there. Or the ref, you could tap, but the ref couldn't stop the fight. All sorts of things like that.
Yeah, the early matches look like Street Fighter, where it's like this gigantic dude against a small guy trying to like get in there.
It was, and that was how it worked. But then obviously you flash forward like 2 decades, 3 decades later, and the UFC has defined what the fighting sports for all intents and purposes. I mean, obviously boxing is still going strong, but like you think of UFC, it is synonymous with mixed martial arts, and it is the dominant promotion on the planet. So it's not crazy to think that if amazing people like us keep getting behind this and this thing grows, it could be really cool, right? I mean, it could be something like 10 years from now. We're like, hey, we're really glad we remember when Greg was dressed in his suit
when they do the documentary about the FCF and see all the stupid stuff we did in the beginning. Yeah, Austin, how do you feel about it?
I can see like the WWE kind of there's WWE. It's like all kind of like on popularity, like who's winning, who's like actually doing this stuff. But it's like there's the production. Like we draft every week, and it's like this big dramatic thing. They come down the stage, they do their dance, they have like a little moment. You get to see some personality, and then you're involved because it's just based off of how much you're voting, who you're supporting, who's going to do best. And so I feel like it's like like you said, like the production of it just adds another layer to like the sport. Where it's almost like its own type of sport, even though it still is football technically. It's its own division. Like you can't.
The smartest thing I think they're doing with it, and again, we own the Wild Aces, but we don't own the whole company or anything like that. So whatever. Yeah. Thank you very much. Is that they aren't trying to compete with the NFL, right? Like it is. I talked about this on the score the other day in Chicago of like. I loved the XFL when it launched in 2001. Went to 3 out of 5 Chicago Enforcer games. Had a great time. But
yeah, you did.
Vince McMahon launched that thing being like, we are Smash Mouth football. We're the NFL sucks. No fun league. We're this thing. Yada yada yada. And it didn't work because clearly the level of play wasn't there. FCF is like, yep, shorter field, no kicking. It's this weird thing. We're all voting. There is a theatricality to it. They're not like talking shit in a way like we're here to replace the NFL. We're here to give you spring ball that actually works and feels different than AFL and all the other spring leagues that have come and just been more football. This is different football.
Right.
I've got 2 things.
Okay.
First off, I've never been more excited for something I wasn't excited about than the 5th down progressive down. Like I thought that was that was the most random shit video game thing ever, and it was going to affect our team negatively, but I was still stoked at the idea of it. I got really excited, right? So
it's like Rock and Jock 25-point ball.
Yeah,
basket.
that was an awesome ass moment. Second, I haven't really taken into account the sort of, I don't know, players getting let down by teams and them getting released, and then they get picked up by the rival and they're like, all right, I'm back and I'm going to fuck you up now. I got drafted by this team that you sent me to because you didn't want me, and now it's time for my revenge. Like I haven't even thought of the sort of revenge factor and personal sort of vendettas that people are going to have. I think that's cool shit. I think it just adds to the drama.
For sure.
I mean, we saw some of that yesterday, right? Where Galloway was like, "I live and die for the beasts" or whatever, and we were like, "All right, we're gonna franchise you. Now you can't play for them. You're on our team." It's like he's excited to play for us because he gets it's all part of the fun. But like that is the idea of like, cool. The Beast found a lot of success with him on Saturday. We're playing the Beast this Saturday. How can we throw them off their game and do that? Austin, I know we're almost out of time with you, so I do want to get a question in here from the audience. Madeline wrote into patreon.com/kindafunny and says, "Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Question for Austin. What aspect of being a professional football player do you think is the most different than how the average person imagines it?"
Ooh, what a deep question.
Mm-hmm.
From the average, so I feel like just a perspective from someone, the average person looking at NFL players. Shoot. Gosh, ask it again real quick. Sorry.
Sure. Oh my God, no, please don't worry about it. What aspect of being a professional football player do you think is most different than how the average person imagines it?
I feel like the schedule is got to be really hard, right?
See, I think the normal answer I would think of, not knowing your life at all, would be like, yeah, the schedule, the money, the fame, like how any of that nets out.
But I think,
show me your bank account.
Give us your social security number.
I would assume that the average person thinks, NFL player is really busy, which Yeah, we are, especially during the season. It's ridiculous. Like we have no time at the facility from like 6 a.m. to like 5:30. Like I spend my entire day there. I eat every meal there. I shower there. I brush my teeth there. I do everything there. So I just live there, and so that's legit. I don't know. See, I don't know. What's the
right there? That's it. That's it for me because I would have thought you guys come for like a couple hours a day. And
Yeah,
like,
totally.
we're
I
just
think you
so
go practice and then
athletically
bounce.
Amazing. Then we're done. We just learn the plays in a day, and we're good to go.
You watching tape a lot.
Day, like a typical day, I'll wake up in the morning and go get breakfast before a lift. Then I'll work out. We'll have meetings. Then we'll have all different types of meetings for like 3 hours, and then we'll go do a walkthrough. Then go to lunch, and then go practice, and then watch the practice and have more meetings, and then get meetings after the practice meetings for what we're going to install the next day. So just all these meetings and practices and workouts just add up. They start adding up, obviously, as far as time. And so it's a grind. It's a grind for like 7 months, and it starts to add up. So at the end of the season, I'm definitely like, especially if we're not going to playoffs, like, okay,
This is proof that every job is boring.
Yeah. No, I love it. Like at the beginning, I'm juiced, but like, yeah, about week 12, it's just like, woo, like it's starting to drag on a little bit.
I have a really, really, really important question before we let you go, Austin. How do players get home after home games? I don't know why I can't picture a player just getting in their car and driving home. Like, why is it so hard for me to...
Home games too. We actually drive our own vehicles. You know?
It's so hard for me to picture that. I don't know why. I just can't picture
Andy,
like...
I'm right there with you. I swear to God, like I thought they just got picked up by the bus. Like I just didn't know. You know, like the bus comes to their
They
house.
drop him off, like honk the horn. He just walks up with his bag.
Mom, I gotta go. The bus is here. Like I didn't realize that people actually. I mean, athletes drove their own cars until I watched The Last Dance. Saw Jordan like every year driving a new Porsche into the stadium. Like he just drives in there and then he's just there.
Right.
It's cool.
Right. That's another thing. That's another aspect. Like not everyone has it like that. You think, people playing the NFL, there's a lot of different tiers as far as people in the NFL. There's the people on the practice squad, which is probably the lowest tier as far as like getting paid, as far as like benefits, things like that. I mean, they're still making six figures. They're still like well off. That's why I didn't want to say, oh, we're not all getting paid well because we're getting paid well. But it's like there's different tiers.
Sure.
Like, you think people just have millions out here because you play in the NFL. It's not like that. Like, you got people that are playing for the first year, even third year, and they're still trying to get to that $1 million mark, trying to get up there. I mean, the NFL plays very well for sure. I'm not getting that wrong, but not everyone has it. There's different levels to it for sure. And it's just a very small amount of people that are actually on those second and third big contracts coming out. And so like it really is like a grind. Like you have all this pressure not to get cut, to perform, to keep yourself in front of the coaches and show your value to the team so you don't get cut. So you can try to get to that next level. But that's just like anything, so I would say the aspect that is maybe most I just misconceived is like, it is a normal job. It's just like anyone else's job. It's just we play football instead. It's not anything too crazy. It's as far as like we go to work, every morning, get up in the morning, go do our thing, and then come home just like anybody else. And so it's yeah, I guess that's what it is. It is what you make it too. It could be something that you could take advantage of the platform, or something that all you do is play football. But yeah.
Take advantage, man. Ride it out.
I'm gonna get Austin playing some Overwatch with me. I'm gonna get Austin playing Overwatch. We gotta get him into
Warzone. Let's get him into Warzone.
Yeah.
I'm down with any of that. Let's go.
Let's do it.
No, fuck that. Andy, Nick, I want y'all on League of Legends.
Yeah, let's go.
Wow, that's a great one. Yeah, go play League of Legends with him.
No,
so hard.
Tit for
Also,
tat, man.
Fortnite is an option.
A lot of clicking.
Also Fortnite. Yeah.
I play Rainbow Six Siege, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could definitely.
Oh, yeah, we'll play that.
Do it, guys.
I was just curious. I have like a photo shoot for him tomorrow, and so
Oh, la-dee-da, look at this photo shoot.
play the game, but we're just going to do it. So
That's right, dude.
Well, don't tell them that.
Austin, you have to go get dinner before we actually do the draft here. So go do that. We will see you shortly for the FCF draft over on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. Before you go, what is your Twitch channel? Go ahead and promote that for everybody.
Twitch channel is Austin Ekeler. It's just AUSTINEKELER on Twitch. You'll find me there. Come win some giveaways. Come hang out. Come get some of the positive vibes. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. We'll talk to you soon.
See you later,
guys.
dude.
All
Bye,
right.
Thank you.
And then there were 4. You know what
Man,
I mean?
that quick changeover. Good shit.
Kevin is
Fucking
on it. You know what I mean?
on it, baby.
And let me tell you,
It's the hat.
Exactly. His hair's out of his face. His hair's out of his face. He can see all the buttons. He can just hit it. He can get right in there and get it done.
Tim, while we were doing that, I did send you a picture of me with it the right way.
Oh, share it, Kev. Put it up.
It's on his Instagram story, and it does.
Put it up here,
it
Kevin.
very much looks exactly like a beanie, which I'm pretty surprised at. So there's a level of versatility to this hat that I, was a little negative about in the beginning, but the little character growth's happening here.
Do you want us to get you one, Tim?
I think I'm okay without it, but I'm happy that Kevin has it, and I'm happy that Paul is thrilled about it.
Paula. We got to get her some sort of award or like spa day for being married to Kevin, because he's got to put her through the ringer, right?
Yeah. We understand that we were told today that Kevin has outlawed, Paula has outlawed Kevin from drinking milkshakes. This was a serious conversation they had that he can no longer drink milkshakes.
Holy shit!
Just because of the why? Because
it's actually, she cited you when she was talking about it. She was like,
What did I do?
Nick said one time you.
I did out you one time for drinking milkshakes.
Two milkshakes in one day, and I'm like,
fucked
Paula,
up. I'm sorry.
That was a one-time thing. How many times are you in a situation
I was
where you have
stressed.
milkshakes? What?
Nick said you do that multiple times.
Yes, Paula. We got to get Paula on mic for everything. Can you imagine? She just gets her button and be like, actually, this is what he really
That
said.
would be so great for me. That would be so great if we got Paula on the mic.
The airing of grievances.
But yeah, she is the same
Dylan.
for putting up with him.
Yeah, she definitely is. Kevin, I think I do remember when that happened, and I immediately thought, I was like, oh no, I've betrayed Kevin's confidence. And
I hate you.
I screwed you over.
What are you eating right now, Kev? Sounds like you're chewing on a shoe.
Tortilla chips and guacamole. I don't like
Nice,
it.
good call.
Good.
Oh, you don't like it?
He doesn't
No,
like
the
it.
salsa was better. I'm putting the
Did you
guacamole.
make
All right.
guacamole?
Andy, I got one right up your alley. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Tedious writes into patreon.com/kindafunny just like you can. It says, hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I like to make custom guitars in my free time, and I'm thinking about making a Kinda Funny themed guitar. My question is, what would you like to see in this type of project? Maybe a circular body with a smiley, or a body shaped like the initials, or maybe something else I haven't thought of. Go wild with the ideas, and thanks for all the great content, Tedious.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see. And this is probably going to be a lot tougher, Tedious. All right. So I'm putting you to the challenge right now. I want to see the fretboards have kind of our iconography. Like the 3rd fret, there's the smiley. The 5th fret, maybe the Kind of Funny Game smiley. The 7th fret, maybe the KF. The 12th fret or 9th fret, and then 12th fret. Like I want to see things that kind of, signify Kinda Funny. And for the body, I don't think you have to go I don't think you have to go all out. Just a baby blue body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make it minimal, right?
Okay.
Now, can I go the other way with it?
Yes, please do.
Andy, those fretless electric guitars that they used to use in the 80s that
The
have
weird-
like they just
I
like
like
they
that.
just cut off, and I guess
Without,
you tune them on
the
the bottom.
headstock. Yeah,
Is
without
that
the
what it is? Yeah.
headstock.
I want one of those, and I want it to be like angular at the end, where it's totally like if you hit someone, you could kill them with it.
But
That's
is
how
it like
evil
Kind of
it
Funny
is.
themed, or you just want it?
Sure, we can make it blue. Great. Why not?
Okay.
I just always thought like either that or and definitely Kind of Funny is like a keytar kind of organization. So think about in terms of that, like something that's a kind of at first you're like that's complicated, but then upon further inspection, you're like completely useless. This band does not need this instrument.
Kinda
whatsoever.
funny.
Kind of funny.
Oh, here we go.
The headstock knobs, maybe the smileys, maybe the little circular smileys.
I feel like that now you're getting real hard. Like he's gonna get
again,
a
the
3D
fret-
printer.
Hey, they said go wild.
Yeah,
they said to go wild.
They asked to go wild because I
Go
don't really know
wild.
what else you could
Ace
do
is
on the
wild.
body that would look awesome
Ace is
and
wild.
natural.
Could
Why don't you like the smiley? I like the idea of the smiley, but I guess it kind of looks like a
No, it's
banjo. Is that the problem?
then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think whatever you do, it's gonna look unnatural and it's not gonna really fit the shape of the guitar, unless it's somewhere on the back that is just kind of more minimal, like the smiley here, or I don't know, maybe on the little plate, some sort of
You
engraving.
think he's doing? Did he say electric guitar? I'm sorry, I wasn't super listening.
I think
He
it
didn't
was-
say anything about if it was electric or not. He just
Oh,
said
I-
a Kind of Funny
oh, I-
themed guitar.
I'm pretty sure.
So I just assume
I went the way you did. And thought that. He talks about, is the body shaped like the initials? Is the body the smiley itself, circular body? I think it's
Well,
electric.
I think the big important question that could really change the overall look.
Here we go,
do
guys.
you go with the light colored neck or the dark oak colored neck? Because the dark
Oh,
one is
light-
like
light-
the
you gotta
dark one is like
light.
very dark brown, and the fret markings are usually like a light silver.
If you're, I don't know.
light.
Ow! I just pulled a muscle in my back, scratching my back. Ow! Oh, it's in my arm. It hurts real bad. Oh, I got a Charlie
in your
horse.
arm?
I need a
Can we
pickle
see it?
juice.
Can we see it?
Oh God! I need Andy. Will it help? Will it
Charlie
stop the
horse.
cramp?
Get pickle juice. Get pickle juice.
Oh God!
Show us the Charlie horse.
Drink
it up.
water. Drink some water.
Nick, you ever watch videos of people having the Charlie horse and the muscles all like?
No, but I get them a lot because I don't drink enough water ever. So
You
I
ever look
always
at
get,
it?
Like,
You ever look at it? See it all cramping
I
up?
will
and like,
now.
oh.
Now I'm gonna look at it.
I'll
Now, I'm
look
usually
it up,
on the back of my
Charlie.
legs, so I have to drop my pants and look in the mirror. But I'm totally fine with it.
Nick, come
I'll
on.
do it.
How often? Like you're not wearing pants most of the time. You getting these?
I mean, do sweatpants count as pants? Do pants that if
No.
I shake a little bit and they fall off, do those count as pants? Tim?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, why do you have big sweatpants?
I mean,
How much
don't know
do I
why
drink?
we're
How
just-
much do I drink,
only
Andy?
have 3 pairs of sweatpants.
I
I've
mean,
worn
it
them for a
stopped
year
hurting.
straight. They're
You're
all
good
stretched
then.
out.
Take a couple
That's
swigs.
insane.
Take a
Could
couple
you guys?
swigs.
Could
Pour into a
anyone
glass, you
shake their
fucking
pants
heathen.
off?
No.
I would show you right now, but I'm not wearing an underwear, Tim. So it would be easy. to show.
Holy shit!
Christ.
Is it instantaneous?
Keep going. Keep taking swigs.
It's
of
not
pickle juice.
instantaneous, Greg. It has to get into your system probably because I think it's the salts. Would be my guess. It doesn't just touch your
Once
lips
you
and
said it
then
back,
go
Nick.
away.
Once you said it back, I was like, "Ah, this is a dumb
It's
question." isn't it?
instantaneous. Am I going to immediately be healed by pickle
I still
juice?
don't understand how this works. All right.
I have
pickle
to
juice,
imagine that some of the salts or the minerals in the pickle juice help
pickle
to
juice is
You know, I-
replenish the electrolytes in your body, which is what your muscles need.
Mm-mm.
You also just could
Claws
drink
and
water.
pickles. I'd rather drink pickle juice.
Water's not
Andy,
gonna do anything.
your
You're
guitar
very
doesn't get
pickle
enough love.
It's true.
You know, it's a very good-looking guitar.
Dude, it's so old. She's got to be like 13 years old now, man.
Does she have a name?
No, Greta. She has a name. Greta.
Greta
Gibson.
Van.
Is it a Gibson?
Just named it. No, it's Fender.
Greta Fender.
Greta Van Shred.
Freddie Fernandez.
Is that the kid from
Hold
Karate
on,
Kid?
hold on, guys. Here we are having this conversation. Just be quiet for a sec.
Too late,
Greg,
you're too
gi-
late.
No, give it another go.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a good
But
bite.
listen.
Wow.
Greg's just sitting
You know
there
what it-
chomping, effortlessly getting the crunch.
Chomping
in.
on a
Like a
pickle.
horse,
the crunch
like a horse.
of a Clausen pickle. They're always chilled, never heated. Clausen pickles.
Ew, who
Wait, so are
heats their
pickles
pickle?
heated? What's the saying behind that?
Like Clausen pickles are always in the fridge. Like and Vlasic, the disgusting ones are always on the shelf, right? Because they're just gross as shit.
Ew.
That's what it means. Did you see that?
Classic. Sometimes they're chilled. Sometimes we put them on a shelf.
You'll eat them either way. I'm a fucking pelican.
Sometimes you find them at your liquor store and you have to check the born-on date. You're not quite sure if you're going to poison yourself.
I don't know if you noticed, but after, like in like one of the, God bless them. Thank you, Clausen Pickles, for all the pickle merch you sent me, the pickle jumpsuit, all the stuff. I love it. I'm still using it to this day. Of course, I, Instagrammed about it and I tweeted about it, and there was obviously a movement here on the shows about it. There was a Gamescast we'll never forget. Imran called it the best Gamescast he was ever on, where he talked about the pickles. And so a lot of people were adding Clausen Pickles on Twitter, and Clausen Pickles hadn't tweeted in like 3 years. And then about 2 weeks later, Clausen Pickles started coming back to Twitter and responding to the old things. And they put up a tweet of just like, "We've been gone for a while. What did we miss?" And I like to think we
took
did
him
that.
out of
I like to think
retirement.
we
I love
did
it. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Man, that's a good
Storks
try.
and pelicans are weird to think about, guys. Because when I was little, I thought they were the same animal. I thought it was just kind of like versions of
You're
the same
right.
thing.
He's a fucking stork, isn't he? He's not a fucking pelican.
Yeah. And it's
Plastic
even
sucks.
weirder because the storks hold the bags with the babies when the pelicans would
babies.
be much better at this.
Because in the mouth.
Just put the baby in the mouth. Deliver
But
it that way.
They take a hard bump, they swallow the baby.
Well, that one's gone.
What do they bump
yeah.
it into? They're flying.
Their stomach.
I'm sorry, you've never heard of turbulence?
Fuck. Sorry,
And
guys. Talk to you
here's
later.
what's crazy
Bye.
is that Greg has
Celebratory crunch.
Got you, dude.
Greg is 3 for 3 with the bites. He is every bite he takes coming through that mic crystal clear.
That's the power
Not
of a
only
Clausen
that-
pickle.
Man, not only that, but you can hear the hard inhale and even harder exhale as he breathes through his nose for the first time today. And
I'm working hard. My
it's
body is working
But
hard.
it's, Andy, it's the sound of someone who's simultaneously pleasured and also a little disappointed with how things have shaken out today. I understand how his comes through so easily, but when it comes to apples, Discord is just like, we're not gonna. We draw the line at apple sound effects.
Do you want me to try the apple again?
Can you please try the apple sound effect right now? But maybe follow it up with he's gone.
He's getting the apple.
That was mid joke, and he left. No,
Well,
here
I
it is.
don't-
Okay.
Andy, hold on a second. How do you keep all your food in your bedroom?
No, I legitimately just came back from the grocery. I went
Okay.
to the grocery before we did the direct. So I just haven't put anything away.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I should wash the apple first, right?
Yeah, you should. COVID especially.
Apple a day,
I'm gonna
yeah.
wash it. COVID.
There's a lot of rumors that COVID started on Apple that I'm starting right now. But if you wash them, you're fine, you know.
Greg, have you thought about going to Andy's house while he streams, having someone call him out of the room so that you could sneak in and we could watch it happen, and then you scare
100%.
him?
I've thought about this many times.
Because
Yeah.
here's the thing: like, you wear a COVID mask, you're probably fine, you know. And
Sure, yeah.
Quality content.
I have
No,
gone as far as to reach out to set designers to see how much it would cost to make a bed-shaped costume that Greg could wear and then pop up and
All right,
just
shut
engulf
it,
Andy
drop
with.
it. Drop it.
Drop it. Don't bring it up.
Be cool.
So yeah, I said that's why, you know, Jordy should throw the football more if he's back
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, back.
Wait,
then.
he's back for the apple. Let's do it. Shh. Quiet.
Why could we acted like
Everyone
we're
in chat.
covering something like we're ever gonna do?
Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet.
Thank
Quiet,
you,
please.
Andy.
Quiet, please.
Breathe in.
That was a great one.
Holy
that
shit.
was,
We heard
that
all
was
of
it.
it.
You
Holy
nailed
It was
it.
all the
That
settings
was
that we
it.
changed, dude. It's all the settings that we changed.
Woo, we
Crunch a
got
little
there,
bit.
ladies
Crunch
and
it up a
gentlemen. The
little bit.
months long journey is over. We can hear Andy eat an apple, which I
Thank
know we
God.
were all trying for.
It was definitely the settings. It was all the noise suppression stuff.
Man,
really
fuck
proud of
that
us.
shit. It's over. That's
You
what I
should
like
publish
to hear.
those somewhere. You know what I mean?
I love you guys. We did this together.
We did. You know, a lot of things got done during COVID. This was one of them. We crushed it.
Apples.
Apples. Andy says apples. Who's
Not as
coming
loud
on for
as in
the?
the pickle.
Who's coming on for the draft tonight? Are we all sticking around for that?
I'm not going to be able to, but I'm
You're
going
not
to
doing
be
it?
watching.
I'm gonna be there.
I have to walk Cecil.
Mike's gonna be there.
Is he running it?
He's my
Austin
favorite.
Eckler's gonna be there. No, we're doing the same thing we did for the game, where they'll run it for us. We just joined the Zoom room.
Oh.
Cool.
I might join
I'm
on
very excited
voice.
about
I just kind of want to turn off my screens,
I hear you,
my
bro.
lights, my lights.
You're tuckered out. I understand. It happens to them.
that. Every time I see Andy, I'm like, is he having an existential crisis, or is he?
And
just
he
having a
usually
good
is.
time?
He usually
Yeah.
is.
I usually am, Nick. I usually am. I'm usually wondering, when am I gonna wake up from this dream?
Mhm,
This
mhm.
dream
Nightmare.
continue working with you all.
Oh,
that's cool. That was really
Andy.
nice.
Mhm.
What a
That's
nice
really
young
nice.
man. Did you have a nice birthday?
I
As
did,
nice as you can
yeah.
in COVID time?
Yeah, I did.
good.
I still got some cheesecake in the fridge.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much of it
That's
did you eat last night?
I only had that one slice, and it
Oh,
was
good
the
for you.
Oreo one.
Oh,
And I didn't even eat all of it because it was
Oh,
about 40% kind of whipped cream and stuff, and it was just a lot of. There was like not a whole lot of cake there.
Oh, interesting. Usually
Yeah.
that's the opposite with cheesecake. Usually it's like
This
a
one was
1-to-1
wild.
ratio of toppings and cake. And it's,
No, this one
it's
was like
crazy.
very decorative and buck wild. The other ones are very more classic cheesecake with
Okay.
the classic cheesecake with a topping of some sort. And so the berry one's next on the list.
All right.
Berry one
I
next
love that
on
you
the
just
list.
described a cheesecake as buck wild.
I mean, yeah,
that's
dude, this
awesome.
the garnish. I mean, it was like
Buck wild,
crazy.
Tim.
People were trying to really impress me with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, last question before we let you go.
Okay.
When Austin said that he was forming this new esports league thing and maybe it'll grow and he'll need employees, did you get super excited? Was a part of you like, ooh, new opportunity, move on?
Immediately started googling, openings, looking for openings, right? Starting
Fair
pay.
enough.
What's the starting pay?
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That
Can I
checks
work
out.
remote? Right? Do I
You
have to
probably
work?
can. Yeah, that's a fun thing. When he said he gets up at 6 a.m., I was like, no, I can't work for this guy. This guy's too hard working. He's gonna expect results.
Yeah, no,
He's
that's
just
not
in
what
the
we're
private
about.
sector.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast each and every week. 4 and then sometimes 5 best friends gather on these microphones, coming to bullshit with each other and you. If you like that, you can head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get every episode ad free. You can you can get the post show we're about to do. You can watch it live, just like Mike L is, George is, the Naughty Biscotti is, and Joey Noel is. Of course, if you don't want to toss us any bucks, no big deal. You can get every episode of the podcast on youtube.com/kindafunny, Patreon. I already said the part. But youtube.com/kindafunny, roosterteeth.com, podcast services around the globe. For now, there's a post show to do, and nothing goes better with a post show than a nice, always chilled,
Apple.
never
Jar of
heated
pickles.
Clausen pickles. You know what I'm talking about? Until next
Bye,
time,
Joey.
it's been our pleasure to serve you. Where'd Joey go? What happened to Joey?
I'm just saying bye.
Why? She's so. I mean, we're still streaming. Like now we're in the post show, but like what? She. I don't see in the chat about her leaving.
Later, Joe.